And we are live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How is everyone doing today?
Relatively good.
It's Monday, right?
Is it? No.
Tuesday.
It is Tuesday.
Tuesday confused John Day.
And it's definitely better weather than last week.
Holy
Really?
crap.
We had to miss last week's show because I didn't have power and everybody else's power was flickering, so it kind of been not a fun show for anybody.
Yeah. I didn't sleep at all that night until that storm left about 4 o'clock in the morning. I didn't get any sleep.
Man, I slept like a baby.
Yeah, all there was to do was sleep, so I just went to bed.
Must be nice. I guess the Harvey kind of messed me up pretty bad, so I don't really sleep when big storms happen.
Yeah.
But it's all good because we got a storm of brewing here on FNP Live.
That's
We
right.
did. I heard something about forbidden storms.
You know, I'm glad you said we have storms of brewing on FNP Live because I was almost afraid you're going to say in your pants.
Well, afraid of that. I mean, come on.
I think we all released a storm in our pants before we got on tonight.
I did.
I'm not too sure about John. John was eating before the show, so he may have some storms of brewing.
Oh no, I had a cup of coffee earlier to get that storm.
Out of your system? Just
Yeah, it's already passed. I'm feeling pretty good.
Good. Good. My storm was brewing when I was watching Endgame today. Yeah, I finally watched Endgame. So
You watched Endgame today?
And you had to poop? That's terrible.
Endgame was amazing. That's as much we're going to leave it at, right, guys?
Well, yeah.
mm,
Considering, I don't know, one guy almost had like death threats because he spoiled Endgame.
I mean, some dude got beat up at Whataburger, I heard. So
There was the guy at the Chinese theater that walked by the crowd that was waiting in line and started telling it, or basically spilling everything, and somebody jumped out of line and beat the crap out of him.
dude, I'm sorry, man. Like, that is one movie you shouldn't spoil. Just let it be.
Oh yeah.
Most people wait like 11 years.
Yep, that's true.
So we can spoil Game of Thrones, though, right? That's fine, right?
I haven't watched any of it. You don't spoil that for me yet.
I haven't watched it either. My wife is out of town. I told her I'd wait.
Where's your wife at?
Beijing.
Nice.
You're going to wait like 3 months before you watch it again?
Oh, no, she went to Beijing. She'll be back Monday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it'll be all right. I tell her I wait. I'm a good husband.
So we got news about Age of Sigmar miniature game. I got some stuff about the role playing game tonight.
Do you have anything on Warcry? Because it looks amazing.
Yeah, that looks cool.
Well, Ski will have to handle Warcry if anything.
Ski knows everything about Warcry?
Ski knows things about AOS type stuff.
Man, this is crazy.
I don't know if he knows what's coming out of Cubicle 7 in a few months.
I thought TJ's our AOS guy.
I don't know.
I know a lot about AOS. It's a fabulous game. I just won like 5 tournaments this weekend. It's just amazing. So, sorry, guys.
Well, it's all right. So this will be your year at, I guess next year, LVO, where you're going to go ahead and take the top spot.
I got a plan for that. I've got a plan for that.
Okay, so no more letting other people get ahead and win. You're really just going to take it this year.
Well, I mean, so the way I figure it, right, is you need to win some majors, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go to Alamo this weekend, win Alamo, win Warzone, and then win Wargames Con, right?
Makes sense.
Ever to Warzone Atlanta, win that one. And then by the time I get to LVO, win that one. And next thing you know, right, I should be the LVO champion, right? I should win the whole ITC league.
That's how it works.
Yep. I
Well,
mean,
that'd be really
4 major
interesting.
wins and then LVO should at least get me up there.
Well, plus, when you win Alamo, Warzone Houston, and Wargames Con, that should give you enough points to take the Texas championship.
Yep, I'll take the belt there. Then, in November, I'll go to Warzone Atlanta, take that one, right? Because that's going to be a big major too. and then just chill out, just start playing some more practice games. And then January rolls around for LVO and just take that one. So, I mean, that's my plan.
Bold plan.
It may have a lot to do with me on the middle to lower tables, but that is a victory for me. So I will go with that.
I don't know. TJ's getting pretty competitive.
Super competitive.
He's getting up there.
Hovercrafts, he'll be top tier.
Did you say hovercraft? Oh yeah. Man, I like that thing.
So do y'all want to go over all the stuff that released, or let's go into Age of Sigmar first?
Or you want to go into rumors, what's releasing possibly, and then Age of Sigmar, then.
But don't we want to save rumors to keep people on the edge of their seats?
No.
I'm already on the edge of my seat.
Well, that's special. Ski, you're special.
That's what they told me when I was in the military.
So yeah, why don't you go, Ski, and then we'll start talking about like what they released at Warhammer Fest, because there's some major stuff that came out.
Yeah, you go, Ski.
We all want to talk about, but I want to hear these Age of Sigmar rumors, because there was a big tournament at Atomic this weekend, and a lot of people showed up, so I heard it was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, it was good. It was good. Where do I want to start?
I didn't know if it was rumors. It might just be news.
Yeah, it's just news. I don't have any. The only rumor I have is the Sylvaneth, of course, everyone knows has been pushed back. And we know that the General's Handbook is coming out in June. Now, I'm going to touch the General's Handbook first because this is different. This is a change of what they're used to doing. So before, General's Handbooks were one book. Had all the points in the back, new army rules, some different ways to play. And so that was a big deal for, Age of Sigmar, because we had no points when it first came out. Well, this new General's Handbook is going to be 2 books. That's how it's looking. It looks like one book will be points and rules, possibly. And I'm not saying rules as in like special rules, more focused rules for like certain armies. And then the other half, the other book, I think is going to be rules for like narrative play, match play, open play. They are pushing in this book. There's a new way of play. There's a 1,000-point format for tournaments as well. And so I'm actually really excited for the General's Handbook because I'm all about the small point games, fast games, play a lot, have fun, easier to navigate, doesn't take forever. So I'm really excited to see what this book has to offer, especially when it comes to that 1,000-point army roster tournament play. So that's and that will give us a kind of an insight of what's going to be updated soon, possibly, and what's not going to be updated soon. So that will that'll let us know what armies are going to be coming or not for new rules or not. Of course, they still need to update because we know that some of the book is done. They just have to release it all. So that army has been updated. We got Iron Jaws, Bone Splitters, Beast Claw Raiders, Ever Chosen, Slaves of Darkness. I don't think I'm missing any of mine. I think that's I think, those are the old books. I'm not sure about the Thousand Suns, the Zeech. I don't know if that's an old or newer book, but most of those armies all need updated books. So we'll see how that goes once the General's Handbook comes out, which then will lead us into the new stuff coming out for pre-order, the Forbidden Power. I was kind of skeptical about this when I first heard about this way back in the day, about them releasing more endless spells, that they're universal, which is cool. The whole theme about the Necroquake is about how it messed up Magic, and Magic is unleashed and it's very raw and going its own way. And so there's a lot of spells and a lot of armies getting in the spells and Magic everywhere. Magic, which is great. I think that's pulled a good dynamic. And so the new Forbidden Power endless spells you'll get in the box set, I believe it was, $90 US dollars?
Yes.
You're going to get some, of course, you're going to get your endless spells, you'll get the book, you'll get some data cards, and you'll get some tokens. The cool thing about these, if you guys didn't watch the video, everybody in there talks about the forbidden power spells, kind of like the narrative, what they're focusing on, and these spells are going to be focused about movement. For the most part, that's what they're going to be focusing on, where you can use certain things to move faster, teleport, who knows what. It's going to be great. They dropped some bombs in the live feed too about Teclis was mentioned. Which is, he's an old fantasy character that came and helped torture Slanesh to get these elves out of Slanesh's stomach. Teclis is one of them. What's that?
Teclis is a jerk.
Nah. He's got a plan. And so what's happening is the Forbidden Power is all about the Stormbolts, which is another aspect of what's coming out too, which is finally some new terrain for Age of Sigmar that is not dedicated. It's I would say modular, but it's some newer stuff. When I first looked at it in pictures, I was like, uh-oh, is that a sign for Tomb Kings? Because it's very Egyptianist. It's very, montage of that kind of feel. And then once I start hearing the story behind it and what's going on, is these Stormbolts are places that they hit and protected because of dangerous magics or even entities that are trapped in these vaults. And so the Gash and people are out there looking for them so they can get in and, of course, cause havoc, gain knowledge, almost like Airman in 40K, always looking for the Black Library, which he's gotten in. So, shows, for the charge, you can get in there and get what you need. But so you get in the spells. And then you've got, in the endless spell box too, one of the pieces in there is a piece of terrain. So you're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's 4 endless spells, but even though it's 2, 4, 6 pieces of spells, I think 2 of them are 2-piece spells.
Like those ribs are the 2-piece.
Yeah, that's like a walkway.
Yeah.
And then the 2 pyramids.
Pyramids with... What is that coming out of it?
I want to say it's like, maybe think about like, how you, maybe it's smoke that was held inside the pyramids and then it busted.
No, it's like a face.
Is it?
Of demoness just spewing out of these crystals that have been broken.
It could be Nagash style. And the boat keeper, I don't want to ruin it, so you guys, if you get a chance, get on the community site, watch the videos for the Forbidden Power, because they tell you, and they talk to you about the guy in the boat, the harbor master, we'll call him, but there's more to him than what he looks like, and it's a really cool model anyway. So
giant awesomeness, that's what he is.
So we have that coming out on pre-order. Yeah.
That looks amazing. I mean, the terrain is... I don't even know what to say about the terrain, but just awesomeness.
Oh, man.
I mean, do you see the terrain?
Let's see. Let's see if I can share screen right here.
Share your screen, man. This terrain looks just like Tomb King-ish.
How's that?
I seen that and I was like, that's fake.
Nope. That is not. So you got that piece.
I thought it was fake news.
And then you've got this piece.
That's like so wicked cool.
Then you've got this piece.
I mean,
You're telling me they're not gonna bring back Tomb Kings?
Everything I've been hearing is that's a no.
yeah, too much. They can't really IP that.
And then they've got this piece.
I mean, there's one of the missing Primarchs right there, right?
Then we have. Let me bring up the endless spells real quick. So
we found Sigmar's hammer. It's right there, and there.
And
Man, its hammer's all over the place.
Yeah, and this is the endless spells here. The piece of terrain is in the top left.
Isn't that Gazgul Thraka is the name of his warhammer, right? Isn't that Sigmar's hammer? It's like Gazgul.
The 40K hammer.
What? Is that like a skeleton bridge?
Kind of.
No, those are like ribs. They're coming out of like it almost looks like a weird looking. It looks like some sort of like weird looking fish, like a bonefish.
And the spells are based out of Saish. Saish is what they're going for.
What does that mean?
To you too, buddy.
It's the realm, the Saish realm. So that's what the endless spells are based off of.
Oh, they said it's Gal Miraz. Miraz?
See, I was just waiting for someone to chime in because I was joking about it.
Yeah. Dude, I gotta stop sharing. Let's see here.
The Celestant Prime wields the hammer.
I wield the hammer. We got a big. We got big hammers.
So that's most of the stuff I have for Age of Sigmar. Like I said, I'm excited for the General's Handbook coming out because I really want to dive into the 1,000-point world. Because if you guys didn't know, end of the month I'm heading up to Austin to play in John Kaepernick. He's running a tournament. It's already sold out, and it's 1,000 points narrative tournament happening in the realm of Beast, and this is not for your competitive play, medalist, nothing like that. He even says that like this is the narrative, and there's going to be all kinds of crazy stuff. So bring that works because they're underpowered, but for narrative events, they're perfect.
I heard orcs are really good.
Once they get their update, yeah.
I heard orcs are good right now. I think he just needs to play them how they're supposed to be played.
Mindlessly.
Yes, there you go. Right. Basically, bring a big board and just throw them across the table.
I guess you guys.
Like, I will win, and then you scream and yell while you play, and then everyone's like, "Oh, okay, I'm intimidated now, and I lose."
Oh yeah, you
got to mentally get in their heads. What are they talking about in chat? Oh, they're talking about like 40K stuff. Okay, gotcha. Like, what is going on? I'm like 1,500, 2,000. I was like, oh, they're talking about 40K. Okay.
No, they're talking about the points have been proved that it doesn't make the game speed up. Because Ski was talking about being 1,000 points will be faster, and everybody started going off that. That's been proven that it's not faster, and then chess clocks make it faster. And
that is not true.
That's so not true. But I had that 1,000-point tournament, and we got done with their 3 games in like over 3 hours.
So you take a 1,750 point 40K army, right, and you play a 2,000 point 40K army. Yeah. Most likely, those are around the same time. Like give or take about 20 minutes, I say. If you put everyone on chess clock, you probably give the 2,000 point about 20 more minutes. Now you drop it down to 1,500. That's a different story.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
1,500 gets done a lot quicker.
Yep.
Well, but in reality, I kind of like the fact it's 2,000. You get to bring all your toys and goodies, and just hey, if you want to bring a big army, and a lot of the tournaments are, is Warzone? We're doing chess clocks, right? Not mandatory, but chess clocks, right?
Yeah, it's not mandatory.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, I played my first chess clock game. I've actually played 2 now. And to be honest with you, it really keeps you focused in on the game. And I think it's like for a tournament setting, it's definitely a better way to play. Because it keeps you focused on what you're doing. So it's a lot easier. Like, it just keeps your mind on it. So sometimes there's still time for chit-chatting and bullshitting, but it's not as much like, and then if someone's playing a big army, like, I played my friend this weekend, and he decided to try a new Necron list, and
I was told he told me about that.
Yeah, and literally, it was funny. Jason clocked out, and literally, I had like 40 minutes left on my clock, and I was like, he was talking to me. I was like, so what happens now? I go, technically by rule, I just play by myself, and you roll saves until I'm done with turn 6. And he was like, really? I'm like, yeah, but we're gonna keep on playing this out because it's fun. So. Yeah.
Well, people are going to get the shock because next year for 40K, I'm not going to go too much into it right now, but wait for official point changes where those tournaments are going to come down from 2,000.
Oh, yeah. John, we've been talking about that forever.
I mean, GW's already moved to 1,750.
Yep.
Yeah.
In all their events.
IPC is going to adopt it too.
Yep. I wouldn't doubt it. I think 1,750 is really good.
Mm-hmm.
So, but.
Well, that's the thing with the General's Handbook. They're going to actually bring out tournament templates in that book for Age of Sigmar, and I want to see how Games Workshop, because I know what they do across the pond, and it works perfectly. And we just adapt it for some reason. So I want to see how this Channel's Handbook comes in and shows the layout, and then we'll see.
Well,
to be honest,
go ahead.
No, I was going to say, Ski. I mean, to be honest with you, I think like for Age of Sigmar, because like I think it would be really good for GW to kind of come up with a mission pack for tournaments. I think it'd streamline it a little more, especially for Age of Sigmar. And you know, they kind of did it with Kill Team a little bit too. So they did some Kill Team missions that were very tournament organized. So it'd be cool.
Oh yeah, and they can only get better. Like, I hate to say this, but they're on the right track. They're on the right way of doing things when it comes to the games. They just got to refine things, and I think if they mess it up, then it's a big issue. But I don't think they are. People have to adapt. That's the bad part. People don't like change.
No, they don't.
Hey. Man, I am so happy when like FAQs come out and erratas come out and all this other stuff like General's Handbook.
Yep.
Because to be honest with you, I don't know. I guess I like living in a time to where they're doing all this stuff because once they change points, especially in Age of Sigmar or anything, or they come out with new missions, it completely changes the way the game's played.
Yep.
And it's like literally I get to be like, I get to try something new now, which is I think much better than like literally like 7th and 6th edition. You look at the old versions of Warhammer Fantasy. It was literally like you knew what armies were going to be top, and they were top for like years.
Yep.
And you were just kind of like, oh, well, my army sucks for like the next 3 years, but, it's my army, so I'll keep playing it.
Yep.
And then literally it's just like, the meta changes when a new book gets released.
Oh, big time.
Good.
Like, that's where I'm not salty about my Iron Jaws.
Yeah.
I try to show people the fact of how well these codexes that they're doing in comparison to an army that was a really good army when they first came out. And then you bring out all these new updated codexes, and there's armies that do better. They do a better job than what I'm supposed to be doing as an army.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah. The first game I played, I was playing the old Bloodbound book, right? The old Blades of Corn book, right?
Yep.
And, I was playing Kirby and some other guys who had the new Nighthaunt book, And I was just like, your army can do what? And I was just like, yeah, I just run across the table and smack the crap out of you, and that's all I can really do.
But your new book that just came out is even better. Yeah,
it is. And so, like, literally now I'm having a real strong debate with myself. Do I do Beast to Chaos, or do I just expanding my Demon/Corn army?
Yes.
Either way is a good option. Well, I would say Corn, because they need to refine Beast to Chaos. There's only certain...
Yeah.
Beast of Chaos is a great thematic and a really decent army. Really, really cool. A lot of variations, but there's these certain armies that you're always going to see with that army because the rest of them don't work as well.
Yep.
And it's not because it's bad. It's because of what they've done with the newer armies. And that's all it comes down to. Not like 40K, where Space Wolves got negated for so long. And we had to deal with that. There was no like, oh, well, it is what it is.
They give you guys some units that kicked a lot of fanny.
No, I'm not. I'm talking beforehand. I'm talking about when we got our 3rd edition book and we were in 5th.
Oh, you're talking about back in the day.
But we would, and that's what I'm saying. A lot of armies didn't get any updates. At least Age of Sigmar, people are getting updates consistently, and it's changing how things work.
Yeah, I mean, that's very true. I mean, back in the old day, like literally like unless you were Space Marines or something like that, you didn't get it. Like Space Marines, because I used to have all the old codexes. Space Marines got like a new codex every couple of years.
Yeah, the space. Yeah, they did. They did.
But then like your other factions and stuff, like I think Necrons came out in 3rd edition and get a new codex until maybe almost 6th.
No.
5th, they got their new one.
Yeah, but it was literally like 2 editions, and that was like years.
And they got one before Space Wolf did.
Yeah, Space Wolves too, because Space Wolves was a 3rd edition. It was a small little paper book that was in addition to your normal Space Marine book.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, but still, I mean, like now, I mean, like literally, we got Chaos. Chaos came out 2 years ago. Chaos Space Marines was what, 2 years ago now, and literally we've got Chaos version 2.
Yeah.
All new units. I mean, new units, updated units, and everything, and dear God, Chaos are running amok like they were back in 3rd edition, 3.5. I'm not liking this. I'm not liking this at all, GW.
How about that Chaos Knight? I'm stoked.
Yeah.
They're so pretty.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, let's go and talk about all these huge releases. I mean, like, all these tidbits they dropped. It was amazing.
Well, I'm going to hit Warcry because that's somewhat Age of Sigmar. Yeah. I don't know about you, but the models look amazing.
Dude, so like a skirmish game, I really want to play Warcry.
Yep.
Because, I mean, a lot of those models I can use for other game systems. So I think that's going to be amazing.
They're very, very Rena Rexy, right? Like the gladiator looking guys. All I thought about was Arena Rex. Yeah.
Yeah. They are very. I mean, so like the first big release they had at Warhammer Fest was they released a new Sisters of Battle model. That one they got painted up with the sisters standing on top of the thing, which looks amazing.
Did you hear what they said about that model though?
What?
That you're gonna be able to get that model before the sisters actually come out.
Oh, nice.
And then they showed you a picture. I don't know if you have it. I have it somewhere where it has the sister with the jump pack.
Oh yeah, the Seraphim?
Yes.
Oh god, that looks amazing. Yeah, I saw that on a release. Oh my god, if that's what those models are looking like, oh my god, goodness, it's going to be amazing.
Joke's on you. Sisters are never coming out.
Dude.
Yeah, no, it's actually a plastic Thunderhawk. Yeah, that's what it is.
Plastic Thunderhawk.
Yes.
Dude, the new Chaos Knight kit.
God, it is, dude. The spikes with the chains coming across. Like all I think about is this like cool grungy thing with like birds, like crows flying around it and stuff, and like just this huge dark entity machine. Just, God.
Dude, I have to share my screen to look at this. Like, look at this Chaos Knight. This is like,
it's so good. It's better than Forge World kit tenfold.
I mean, look at the gauntlet. The chain sword is amazing. Like, if you look at it, the legs are even different. They're like,
they're double jointed. They're double jointed. I'm pointing at my screen like you can see it.
John, it's like it's right there, man.
It's right there, just double jointed. Just look.
Yeah, I mean, the pipes that are coming in the carapace up top.
Yeah.
This is.
Well, what's the name of those two? Because those are two new types of knights.
One's a despoiler.
Despoiler and the Rampager.
Rampager, okay.
So the despoiler, is that a freaking like mini
laser destroyer?
Mini laser destroyer, or is that a mini is that like plasma decimator cannon or whatever, you know, the wait, hold it. Is that like a mini volcano lance or something like that the other knights have?
I think it's like a mini volcano cannon.
I mean, look at it. It looks like that, but I mean, like, God, these are just amazing. And just the top of it, look at that. The chains, like, you don't have to do, I mean, this is like amazing coming out.
Yeah, you don't need to add your extra bits. It just looks great.
Yeah.
The sword, everything.
You know what I'm so hoping on the Chaos Knights is they're like God related or something instead of house related. That would be amazing. I don't know about y'all, but I think that would just be amazing if it was all like Chaos God related. That'd just be so cool.
I almost wonder if they're going to just be houses of worshippers of chaos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like humans, normal humans that, you know.
Yeah. They just left and went to one house. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the house just totally leaves. I wonder if that's like a flamer, like a super flamer. Who knows? I don't care.
Or the house got abandoned by the Imperium that doesn't care about its people.
Yeah, and Chaos loves their people.
And Horus eventually, you know, gathered everybody together.
Took them under his wing to show him how great he was.
Yeah.
Boy. Yep. That's the way the story went. And then they released the new hover tank for AdMech. I'm so happy. I have a transport now.
You know, I don't like that people are like being a bit crybaby about it. When you actually look at it, it's like the World War II. Those,
it's a D-Day.
Yeah,
it's a D-Day lander. It's I love it. I'm ecstatic. I mean, it's funny because you look at it, it's got like the rhino hatch. So you're like, oh, STC rhino pattern, and then the the hover thing. I think it's just amazing because I mean, the interior, you have like your Skitarii in there, like shooting their heavy stubbers and everything in there. So it's classic. It's amazing. I think I want to get
someone did a good job. They photoshopped Krieg,
really?
Desperate Krieg on that whole thing. Yeah, and paint like gray.
Yeah, but I mean, like literally, I think it really looks good. And then the tank, I have no clue what the hell this weapon is, but that looks like I am going to completely annihilate something.
Didn't that look kind of like the gun that's on the front of the big one, but a little bit skinnier? On your walker?
The walker, no. I mean, look at it. It looks like a 50 cal. Yeah, I mean, literally, it's got the 50 cal muzzle on it. I mean, look at that muzzle. It's just, I don't know what the hell. I mean, whatever it's going to do, it should kill it. Hope whatever it shoots, it dies. So, and then the new repulsor came out with Jonathan's already building another repulsor, but the new one came out.
Yep.
I saw a picture. Did you see the picture of the sprue, Jonathan? It looks like you can actually probably magnetize yours right now so you can put that on there.
That's pretty cool.
So Google the sprues. I think that someone took a really good picture of the sprue and it looks like you can magnetize it. So
they probably made it where it's just the same as the other one with that upgraded,
Yep.
So because the same pattern.
Yep.
So
I mean, so literally you're going to get what is the big one called? It's going to be a Terminator's Repulsor Executioner. So you got the Microplasma Incinerator, which is same thing as the other thing, but what is it? Heavy Laser Destroyer? The last cannon's bigger cousin. I mean, I wonder if this is like D6, like 2d6 damage shots or some crazy stuff, or 3d3 or something, Because it was the last cannon but better. I mean, like, how's it going to be a last cannon but better,
Yeah.
So that's
maybe a lot more shots with it than just the last cannon does.
I'm curious if they're going to make it to where the transport capacity is not as big on this one.
It's 5.
Or weaponry, it's kind of like, Land Raiders.
Or a Razor. I think it's going to be the equivalent of the Razorback.
Yeah.
What I read, it's going to be able to hold 5 Primaris is what I heard.
5 Primaris? Okay. I was hoping 5 or 6, so you could at least put like a captain in there too. But, it's going to be probably like 340 points, so it's going to be like, oh, dear God, do I really want to do this?
No, I think it'll probably be around the same amount of points.
Yeah. Okay, but did y'all see the preview for Apocalypse?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, by the looks of it and how people are describing it, it looks like you're going to have D12s and other like larger dice to roll to make stuff happen a lot quicker, I guess. So, I don't know, man, but if it's true that you can play like a huge Apocalypse game in like an evening, like a 4 or 5 hours, then I can't wait to see what they're going to do at Warhammer World to kind of display this. So that is amazing. And then the new demons for 30K. Those are amazing.
Yeah. It's getting to a point where they're surpassing Forge World's sculpts.
No, these are Forge World sculpts.
Those are the Forge World demons for Horse
30K.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, these are just...
They don't even look like demons.
Then Forge World is still good.
But no, I mean, but I was, because what's it called? The one on the base of Sanguinius, right? I was kind of wondering where they got them from, and these are clearly the same type of sculpt. So it'll be interesting to see that. And then Leo Custodes got another gunship, so I am not quite sure how this one's going to work because the other Custodes gunships right now in 40K are effing ridiculous.
Now look at the gunship real quick. Go back to that gunship. Look at the back of it. Doesn't it look like there's supposed to be something sitting back there?
I don't know. Is it like a transfer capacity where a couple guys sit back there or something?
It's not supposed. It was only supposed to be an actual gunship. The other one is a carrier. This one is supposed to be an actual like a fighter.
A fighter type? Oh, yeah. Cool.
It almost looks like there's a dreadnought casing in the front, and
could be.
Who knows?
What it does is it blasts you with this huge like micro cannon right here, and then a Contemptor dreadnought jumps off the back and destroys everything else that's on the ground.
There you go.
That sounds very Custodes.
It does.
And dear God, that Blood Angel's Contemptor.
Yep. The jump pack Contemptor.
Looks like it.
That's it. That's it.
White Scars, man. It's so cool because, you know, have y'all read Scars yet? Because when you read Scars, they talk about them driving this around, and they have like on their battle barge or whatever, they have like a racetrack where they actually race these things and like test each other's speed and control and stuff. And I'm just like, and then when I saw this, like it made me totally think of that. So, which I thought was kind of cool. But the new Blood Angel stuff, I mean, now these.
Yeah, the samurai looking things. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm 50-50 right now. I think their designs are kind of getting, I don't know, flaky.
What?
Yeah.
These are amazing
it's the proportions. It's the proportions are so ever since the Blood Angel Terminators came out for Horus Heresy, these ones are they look odd. Like
I think what they're trying to do is extend the bodies to make them taller, to make them more in line.
And they're trying to give them a range of motion that I was talking to Clint about this. He does a lot of like 3D animation and such. And from a modeling standpoint, he says it looks like that they are trying to give them an extra range of motion that guys in that big bulky armor should not have, or the way that armor sits, it should not give them that almost fleet looking movement.
Yeah, but those are supposed to have a lot more movement. Like
Tartarus pattern are supposed to have a lot more movement. Just like
like leaping over a wall and stuff like that. Like they're just like they're supposed to be a lot more agile than a normal dreadnought.
I know. I'm just saying that's the problem is that they might be more agile, but trying to convey that into a miniature is a little bit more difficult. So that's why you see them extending the torso. Yep. And these look way better than those Blood Angel ones. Like the Blood Angel ones were like give it to the rookie, the apprentice tattoo artist, you know, that can only do like Pokeballs or something. And then he kind of refines his thing here, and that's kind of what you're getting here. This is like the refinement of what they did with the Blood Angel Terminators.
Yeah. But Tartarus pattern in general are supposed to be more agile than the Cataphracti. The Cataphracti are supposed to be like really big and bulky and like walking tanks.
Yeah.
So I know that. I mean,
you don't have to yell at me. Jeez.
Yeah, I know, right?
I love that pattern. I don't know why. I mean, not those guns, but you know the original pattern of that.
Oh yeah.
I just love that thing. I don't know why. I think because it's so heavily armored.
But no, if these are conversion beamers, like double conversion beamers, I'm going to be scared as crap to see what the damage output on this thing is.
On which one?
The new Knight with the conversion beamers. That's scary, terrifying. On what kind of damage that thing could do. That is huge. And then
well, let's go to the miniatures there. I got another announcement that came out of Warhammer World that didn't show up on their page.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll stop this and you can tell us about that,
John. A lot of the secondary companies they're given GW is given the license or IP to, or selling to, or however that works. They were there this weekend. Cubicle 7, they do game. They're the ones that came out with the 4th edition for Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay that's set in the old world. So before Age of Sigmar. They also do stuff like very popular RPGs, Lone Wolf and The One Ring, and even the Doctor Who game, which is kind of meh. But they announced there, and they did some seminars. Age of Sigmar Soulbound is the RPG that's coming out.
Yep.
It is set in the, I can't pronounce it, it's AQSE something Delta Niner Charlie. But the starter, or do you know what the name? You know what I'm talking about, Ski?
Yep. I think it's a quiche.
Yeah, I think that's if I understood the video I watched. So they've got that coming out, and what's going to be interesting about this, they're going to start with a starter set.
Yep.
And the starter set will have like everything you need to get playing. You won't be able to make characters or anything, but it gets you started right away. That's what it's there for. And it's going to include 2 books. One is the adventure for you to use with the pre-generated characters. Yep. And they're also including a book about about the city that you're going to be starting in. And it's going to be going into the day-to-day that happens right now in the Age of Sigmar that you don't see in the miniature game. Like, we don't know what's actually going on behind the scenes with like regular citizens and such, because all we see is just the big battles. So we're going to be able to see basically the day-to-day lives and what your characters will be doing in their downtime.
Interesting.
Yeah. So they're really by GW giving them that license, they're giving them basically the permission to make the canonical lore for parts of Age of Sigmar. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Which is really cool because they are finally. You got so you have the role-playing game, and then they have all these games that are coming out that are old fantasy. There's hardly anything coming out for Age of Sigmar lore, but they've been working on lore forever. So this is amazing because it gives you that in-depth lore.
Yes, exactly. And to go along with not really Age of Sigmar, but kind of, Blood Bowl is getting a revised edition. They talked about that there at the seminar. That's coming out next year. I don't know when. My guess is probably fall of next year. I don't know exactly when, but that's coming out. I don't know what that means. If it's gonna be streamlined. That's supposedly what is supposed to happen. It is to drop try to be about 30 minutes faster, because the game already drags on, about 2.5, maybe 3 hours. So I think their goal is to drop the time that you play and get rid of some of the bulky mechanics that they've got, which still make the game great, but it kind of slows the gameplay down. So, which my guess is probably going to be like a lot of stuff where it's just get in the game quicker and deal with injuries a lot easier, build your teams a lot easier, instead of all the clunky mechanics they've got now. So, and let's see here. And I guess I can go into what they did announce there. They partnered up with Bandai.
Oh yeah, saw that.
Bandai is big with like mecha type models like Gundam and all that kind of stuff, and they've got that action figure coming out they're going to start with the Primaris Space Marine, and then they'll go from there. So make sure you buy one, because that will help them create new ones like Chaos Space Marines and Sisters of Battle and Eldar, whatever. So, and it looks like the only thing that you're getting with it initially is 1 or 2 weapons and a couple different hand options for you to be able to pose the miniature or the model.
Is it coming gray like that so you can paint it?
I don't know. What's that?
Says today we show you some initial designs for the first ever Warhammer 40K action figure. It's a fully painted 7-inch tall Primaris Space Marine featuring multiple points of articulation, exchangeable weapons, and all sorts of other cool details brought to life on a new scale.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. It looks like that's the prototype that we're seeing. So, and they didn't show all the available options for it. So my guess is that it's going to have probably the bolt pistol or the heavy bolt pistol, whatever it is they use. And they'll also have probably a different, I think right there they've got the regular bolt rifle. They'll probably have, I don't know, the assault rifle or the sniper rifle. Or who knows, they might throw in a Hellblaster gun.
Or a close combat weapon.
So lots of possibilities there. But yeah, that was the little tidbit I wanted to toss in.
Oh, and you forgot about the chibis.
Oh
yeah, the chibis.
I was trying to keep that to myself because I don't want all of them for me.
So people can see them.
Wow, John. Wow.
You don't want
the chibis for yourself.
Yeah. Those are mine.
That sounds selfish.
Did it go?
I am very selfish. I'm going to collect them all.
I like them.
Are they like Pokemon? Are you gonna catch them all?
I'm gonna catch them all. I got my little chibi Pokeball things. That was gonna sound really bad.
Were you gonna say your chibi balls?
Yeah.
Can you catch the chibi balls?
Yes.
And those chibis are amazing looking.
Yeah, they're. If nobody's familiar with the chibis, they're just kind of like a. I don't even know how to explain it. It's a big fad there in Japan, and people here in the U.S. Usually people that handle like anime stuff, or like there's a couple board games out there. Super Dungeon Explorer from Cool Mini or Not. They have a whole range of games where your character basically is a little chibi version of an adventurer, and they're really cool looking. I mean, to me, that they're kind of cool looking, and they offer an interesting paint challenge because you don't want to go with like your grim dark future. You want to go with a lighter pastel, not pastel, but just a lighter palette.
No, grim dark.
Nope, grim dark.
No, grim dark with pink.
Nope, grim dark.
Silly, you silly girl. God, yeah, that Bandai model. Did you see some of the weird poses like people took of it posed? It looked almost like did you see how the knee pads work?
Mm-mm.
No, like it literally I guess the model the knee pads don't stay there. They kind of just fold down, so it's like the legs bent like this, and the knee pads kind of out like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I was just like, that's interesting.
It's like a Gundam.
Yeah, kind of like a Gundam, I would say. It was really weird. I was looking, I was like, I don't understand. Okay.
Well, this kind of goes into we've talked over the past couple months how GW is making a big move into multiple markets. And this is really to make it. It's not like probably a really big money maker, but this is to get the brand out there, and that's why you will see Space Marine, especially Primaris, on the forefront. Love them or hate them, it's what draws a lot of people in when they see that big power armor miniature running around. That's what draws people in, and then they learn about all the other cool armies,
like
but
Chaos.
Anyway,
Chaos.
they're making their move. They're really pushing their brand out there and trying to capture multiple audiences through multiple genres. So I really suspect, especially since they drop, was it Angels of Death, that animated
cartoon?
Yeah, that they're going to be putting out, which it's not going to be top of the line animation, but it's going to be, I think it's still going to be cool to watch. Not as bad as the Ultramarine movie that I own.
The Ultramarine movie was amazing.
I liked it. Everyone hated it.
Don't you say anything about Ultramarines.
Oh no, I own the special edition copy. So yeah, I love it. But I would expect movie or cartoons in the future.
Yeah.
So I don't think.
And did we talk about it too? Like, it'd be great if they get a hold of one of these top anime companies and says,
yeah,
look, here's the lore, make us a freaking animated series.
I think I thought a little bit more about it after our conversation. They have to be very careful with which company they get and the direction, because we don't want, Dragon Ball Z style, animation or anything. But I think, yeah,
why not?
Could. Oh, wait, hold it, John. What did you just say?
Why not?
Okay, now we're done. We're done. I'm off the show. You are no longer my friend. You put down Dragon Ball Z. Okay.
Yeah, it's trash.
What? Wow.
I mean,
how about they make it like Castlevania?
I mean, if you're not watching Boku no Pico, then
dear God, no! Don't even say that. That's disgusting.
I can't believe you said that on the show.
Oh God!
Don't Google it, please.
Don't Google it, people.
Google that. Dear God.
Travis unsubscribed.
Oh. I just threw up a little in my mouth just for that.
Okay, maybe not as bad as that.
There's worse animes out there.
There are worse animes out there, trust me.
So like, what's your anime then, John? Let's see what John likes to watch now, because I am just
let's see. Let's hear it.
No, we've already discussed. I want you to say it. We've already talked about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. What have we talked about?
Well, what's the top anime, John? What's your top favorite anime?
Apparently,
Right now?
Boku no Piku.
Or of all time? Shoot. I don't know.
Somebody said it's My Little Pony for you.
That's not an anime. I have to think about that because there's a lot of good ones. Eureka 7. That's the one I like the most.
A what?
It looks like Eureka 7.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That would probably be my top one. That one or Angel Beats.
Angel Beats, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jeez.
That one's a good one. I mean, if you're not crying at the end of the series, then you're dead inside.
Oh my God! Oh God!
Oh look, Dragon Ball Z. It's like there's actually only really 10 actual episodes of dialogue and story. The other 600 episodes are them powering up, unleashing one attack, and then 20 minutes of them doing shocked faces or flying through the air and going through a building, and then you'll have an episode of story.
You don't know things.
I'm so done with you, John. Right now, oh my God.
You don't know anything.
If you would have gone with some other great animes, I would totally. But really, the two animes you named, I mean, if you would have said High School DxD, I would have at least given you props.
I can say that one, but I can't say the other one.
What's the other one?
The one that you guys were wanting to vomit on.
That's horrible, John. That's horrible.
That is far.
Oh, I love shock value.
That is.
I don't know what's worse, the fact that you sit here, or that we all know what it is.
Everyone who knows anything about anime knows what that show is, because it's dear God, what were the people thinking?
No, I don't know. Man. I really don't know. I haven't even watched the episode. It popped up in chat where they were trying to trick us into watching it, and I almost clicked on it, and then all of a sudden it was the big screams no, don't watch this, blah 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 blah. Just no. All sorts of memes popping up, and I was like, okay, let's at least read what it's about. And I was like, oh shit. So I bought all 3 seasons.
Greatest animes of all time is Keijo, though.
Yes.
John, that's what I'm talking about.
You know that there's an actual official there's
Portugal or something?
What's that?
Spain, right? There's an actual one they do it.
Portugal, and I think it was Paraguay or Brazil. Yeah, they are working on that was when it came out, or a couple of years after it came out. Yeah, trying to turn it into a sport. I have no idea how it turned out, but
that was when I saw that, I'm like, I'm serious. I have to watch this just to see what happens.
But this is the type of stuff I'm talking about. You can't get now. If they were to get say the studio that did Drifters, very not anime even though it was an anime, it was very brutal, very visceral, and was realistic with the action. And I think if they get a studio that can.
I just saw Ski's message.
He's
typing frantically.
He's seriously, guys.
Okay, Ski, we'll go back to paints.
Let me at least finish. Not with that, but let me say that they are making a move into multiple new markets. Yep. Sorry, guys, we got sidetracked there, but they're pushing for those multiple new markets. And I would say over there, I'm still going to say that I think by next year, we'll have that first announcement of a TV series, maybe through Amazon or maybe Netflix, or a movie or something is coming soon, and it's probably going to be announced next year. So we got stuff to talk about. We talked about all the little stuff that got released over the weekend, except for contrast paints.
What's that? Is some paint coming out?
Well, Ski and I talked about that. We both got that info almost a month ago.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yep. What's that?
It was a while ago you guys got that info.
Yep.
Yeah. I'd say about a month ago, right, Ski?
Yeah, it's about a month.
And we were pretty much on the money with what it was going to be. And they said it was going to be a game changer, and that it was pretty much going to be magic in a bottle. And if you watch the videos,
It is magic in a bottle.
it really is. It's almost like when Magic Mud or Devlin Mud came out, the first wash. It was just this. This is even bigger than that. This is really going to be a game changer. We had talked about it briefly. That I'm getting sidetracked here. Now we trying to think of how to put this. The paint does not look like it's going to be the type of thing that you want to push through an airbrush. And I think Ski can probably back me up on this. Can you put it through an airbrush? I think so, but
I heard you have to dilute it.
You do not want to dilute this. No water, no medium. Is that right, Ski?
The medium is still in the air, but no water.
From the article, yeah. I think like this is basically you buy the primer that they're going to sell, which is either the gray or the bleach bone type primer.
Yeah.
You spray it with the primer, then you sit there with a big gigantic brush and just go, and then set the model down for 20 minutes, and you come back and you're like, that's amazing, and I'm done.
And then you stop and ponder and go, man, Duncan's been wrong all these years.
I know you one thick coat. Not of normal paint, one thick coat of contrast.
Yep.
Yeah,
well,
but like
TJ, you put up an article in the FNP Elite chat, I believe.
yeah, I posted it on FNP too. So let me pull that up again real quick.
When I had read,
watched it, and then went to my buddy that had the miniature I shared with you guys.
Yep.
And it's everybody's kind of on the same page.
Yeah, like I mean, literally, like the guy goes through it, talks about it. He just goes through it and just says, "Yeah, I mean, you put it on there." He said he painted the model and then came back in 20 minutes, and it looked amazing.
I'm so excited for this.
I mean, the color range they're coming out with. I mean, pretty much any color you can think of, it's going to be there. Like this made making painting orcs, just some of those horde armies, just ready to go. I mean, we saw the pictures of when they painted the bloodletters. That's ridiculous. It looked like what it takes me like 3 coats and other things to do to get it to work. I mean, just the models look really actually amazing. So I mean, he posted that in the article. If you go on the FNP Facebook page, he posted a picture of someone painting like the Age of Sigmar like lady with the one of the, and like literally, I think they used the black on it at the bottom, and it looks absolutely amazing.
Yep. Yeah, my biggest thing though with these paints, and I'm not saying this is what they're doing or not, but I think there's going to be a lot more applications and things you can do with this paint that GW is not going to reveal.
Yeah.
Like how they say don't add water. I want to see why not. I want to actually see why not. I did see too that you can prime it other colors. You don't have to use their primer for the contrast paints. I know that for a fact. That the contrast primer that they have does help specifically for the contrast paint, but you do not have to use it.
Well, I heard the only reason is because of how smooth it goes on. That's all.
Yeah. Because the guy actually brings up a point in that article, and he actually talks about Korax White and how bad it is, and the reason why it's so bad because of the molecules and everything, how everything breaks down. So I was just like, oh man.
Well, and
did we lose?
In that article, I think we might have lost Steve.
Yeah.
And in that article, they explain that you posted. They did explain why adding water what causes the what kind of messes it up,
Yep.
and how medium you could use medium, but it's basically like adding. Basically, you just turn it into paint, and you kind of lose viscosity. Or the build. Basically, it's already has the medium built into it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the water talked about how it got streaky and splotchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you've ever put like too much of a thinner or even water in your airbrush, or you had water in your paint pot whenever you're doing the airbrushing, you get the weird splotches of kind of like, I don't even know how to describe it. That's the way that was saying. It's like, don't add water to these. The medium, you could, but you're thinning it down. You want this stuff just to glop on. But I'm going to be stupid and I'm going to experiment, of course. That way I can, because I'm going to want to see what, like Ski was saying, there's going to be lots of little tricks and tips or tricks to using this. And the only way you're going to figure it out is you're going to have to experiment. And I'd rather be ahead of the game than waiting for somebody else to come up with the idea like months later. And I'll be like, oh, why didn't I think of that?
Looks like Ski's back.
Oh, maybe.
Well, he was back.
Uh-oh.
Now he's back again.
Yay.
There we go. That was weird.
Oh, good. Thank God Ski's back. He's going to tell us all how these paints work. He's used them. He said he used them. He flew over to England this weekend, went to Warhammer Fest, and came back and used them all weekend, right?
Yep.
I wish, man.
Dude, when you posted that picture in our chat, the FNP Elite chat for any of the Patreon subscribers, like when you posted that, I was looking at it, I was like, how do you have the paint, Steve?
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, never mind. Okay, yeah, I'm stupid.
Dude, we were talking about at the store. We're like, yes, he's got the paints. Like, we gotta figure it out. And
I'm trying to work to that big. I'm networking to get to that point. It's good.
Yeah, even like Ben's like, how does he know someone to get that? I was like, dude, I have no idea, but he's got it.
I don't know. After
Is he really messed up for you guys too?
Yeah.
He went super.
Yeah, wait. He
went super Saiyan.
Well, according to John, that's garbage. So
Well, John has not watched Dragon Ball Super.
Yep.
I watched one episode, and I thought it was like the only good episode in the entire series.
Dude, you have to watch Dragon Ball Super. It's amazing.
The one episode where the dude slapped Bulma and Vegeta, the only good character, went super crazy and pissed off. I was like, that was an awesome moment.
Yeah, that's pretty much the whole series. So
yeah. So I don't need to know anything.
No, I mean that's that whole series is like that good.
Nah,
I think
Ski worth watching.
Ski's back. You back, Ski?
Nope, unless he's doing his best.
He looks frozen.
Yeah, I'll tell you those contrast paints though. Oh,
he's back.
He's back. No, he's not.
He's so beautiful when he falls off and comes back on.
Oh no, I guess his internet is getting all wonky. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, Ski. He said goodnight.
Oh, hold on, he's back. Nope, he's gone.
He left.
Oh, darn it! Sorry.
Wow. Okay, guys. We can't ever talk about anime again because Ski apparently does not like it and leaves. For us, okay?
Yes. My bad. I apologize, everybody. Yeah, the contrast paint, I'll tell you, it's going to be the way I was looking at it, it's going to be somewhere in between paint, like doing a white primer over a model and slapping on a couple coats of the shade versus doing like the normal layered painting. It's a nice in between. It's going to be great, I think, for the people that are not competing for top painted armies, but they want a really good army. You're not going to really have an excuse anymore to not paint your models, except I guess really if you're lazy. I mean, and if you're lazy, then okay, cool. Then pay somebody to paint your army with the contrast paints. Your commission painters, I think, they might actually get. I think there's still going to be a call for commission painters, but not so much. Probably, I think a lot of people will still be will be moving towards doing their own.
Nah, man. Sorry, man. There are still some lazy people out there. Like, I don't want you paint my shit.
I'm not saying that being a commission painter is going to go away. I mean, for me, doing commission painting, I look at this and I'm like, there's a whole bunch of people that have projects. I got one guy that's sent me an email. We're down to 12 out of 14 projects, and I'm looking at this contrast paint, going, man, I can probably knock out a couple of these full battle companies in a day. I mean, not a day, but a month for him with this stuff.
Dude, that's crazy, though, man. That is extremely crazy.
It's definitely a game changer.
So now back to the anime talk that Ski's gone. No, sure. But I think these contrast paints are definitely going to be a game changer. I can't wait to get my hands on them and try them out.
Well, expect a new line of brushes too, because I was thinking that they're probably going to use the shade brushes. But knowing Games Workshop, they're probably I know that there are new brushes coming, and there's a special brush coming too. But their new brushes are probably designed for this contrast paint, and my guess is that they're going to be similar to the first time that they made a wash brush or a shade brush. It's basically almost like a teardrop shaped. It's got this nice reservoir. And so you're going to be able to have a lot on that brush, more than what the current shade brush has. Yeah. So you're going to get it's going to make it easier to paint.
I'm curious if it's going to look as good as, it's showing, you know what I mean, with all the pictures and everything. I don't know if that means
I think with the way GW did it, because there were those tests that they said they painted 12,000 Marines.
1,200, I think. 12 battle companies.
Yeah. So you look at that, and if you figure they painted that much to test it, then they know that there's a way to slap it on and not slap it on, and it should look pretty good. So
it could have been 12,000, but I think it was around 1,200. Yeah. One of the two numbers. But yeah, I mean, it took them 4 years to refine this. And if I understood that article correctly, which I kind of I assumed that Hexwraith Flame and the Night Haunt Gloom that came out last year. Was it last year? Yeah. That was one of their iterations of that. It was like their failed project before them doing the contrast paints. It was one of the failures. But it worked so well. They're like, well, let's just bottle it up.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's good news.
Make of it, man. I just want it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Already thinking about how to rearrange the rack there in the store. I think I know what they're going to do. They're going to send out some new strips, and if you have the double rack like we do, you're going to replace a lot of the extra spots on one of them. It's, but I'm trying to think how much it's going to be. I assume probably about $5 a bottle, maybe $5.50. And I have no idea how much it'll cost. Nobody really does right now.
In between the normal size bottles, it's what are the normal size bottles? 6, and then the large ones are 12, and this one's going to be 10 or something. It's going to be right in the middle or some shit.
Yeah. So 6 and yeah.
I'm just so excited just to have it. I just want to try it.
12 milliliters and 24 milliliters.
Yeah.
Yeah. They need to hurry up and get it. I'm kind of disappointed because I just got my a few weeks ago my paint set from Monument Hobbies, and I even got through testing any half of these paints out, and now these are coming out. So I think I'm going to use these for my Slaanesh project, the contrast paint, and then the monument paints I'm going to save for my Adepticon army for next year.
Yeah, because I mean, when it comes down for these paints, I think which color would be really good for the Slaanesh?
They've got so many different multiple versions of purples and pinks.
Probably that Magos purple, maybe.
Yeah, and that's even if I want to go that route. I might not even want to go with the traditional purples and pinks.
Dude,
I mean,
you should go with like an orange one, like an orange Slaanesh.
I was thinking oranges and yellows. Really with a pale white skin type thing.
Ooh.
I mean, there's some cool variations with that stuff. So I'm interested. I'm also interested to see the wet blending technique where you kind of like have two different colors and you wiggle them back and forth until you kind of get a nice blend. Wondering if you can do that with these contrast. So
that sounds really good.
But I'm glad I've got like another box worth of Primaris Marines from the Imperium or the Dark Imperium box set, because they're going to be my test models for the contrast paints.
Hey, John, someone in chat asked when I guess they come out, maybe you could do like another series of like just painting up like maybe 5 Primaris with it and just show them how it goes.
Well, there we go. That's what I'll do.
Because I think the guys would really probably like that. So, Kevin said it'd be interesting to try it on terrain.
Oh, that would be. For Klopfoot, yeah, I'm going to be starting up the paint series again. The reason why we stopped is the studio computer died. Crap the bed. Died.
Yeah, I think the RAID went bad, and then the RAM went bad. So I'm figuring it's more or less the motherboard that crapped out. I can't even re-image it.
So, I'm going to be basically I'm going to wipe my computer basically reset it, and then I'm going to use it for streaming. I'll stream there at the store because I have a better connection at the store. That way, I do want to start streaming what I've been doing with the Red Scorpions, which are still done. I put up a bunch of pictures. I got some more pictures to show from that 30-day challenge. I've taken a whole bunch of models out that I'm not going to be using that were just part of the challenge. Pretty much all the eliminators and the librarians are going to come out, and I'm trying to decide what I'm going to put in there. But with that new Primaris tank coming out, I might have 3 new Primaris tanks to add to my army.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna. It'll come down to what its point cost, and depending when the Primaris Codex or the Space Marine Codex 2 comes out, hopefully later this year, and my infiltrators and suppressors go down in points, because I want infiltrators, suppressors, and I want those tanks. That's I think that'll be a good army.
Hey, speaking of painting, John, did you see the Slayer sword winner?
Oh my god!
Did you see that troll?
Yes.
I mean, the base is better than blended better than anything I think I could ever do in my lifetime.
Yeah.
And then his skin is ridiculous. Like just when I saw this, I was just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like
I've got it saved on my like a link on my computer here for a couple. There's a Golden Demon winner. He did a Trajan Valoris a couple of years ago. It was like a white armor, but it looked metallic. I can't think of his name off, like Kevin something. He or Gareth, something like that. Anyways, I'm going to be doing this Patreon, and he will actually sit there and he's got some videos, and you can actually live stream with him and learn how to do a lot of those advanced techniques like this, like skin and non-metallic, metallic. I want to be able to get to that level that Slayer sword got.
Yeah. But no, I mean, I can't wait till I see the other pictures of first, second, third, and just all of those to be able to see those models. Because, I mean, this competition looked insane. And did you hear? I heard Golden Demon's coming back to the U.S.
Yes.
Oh.
I will. I may find the model, paint it up to the best of my ability, and go and just enter it, even though I know I won't place, but maybe I'll at least get a little pin saying at least I tried.
Yeah, really, just try. And this is more big news than I think people realize. That means that Games Workshop will be having some sort of event here in the U.S. Before they got rid of the game stays, I think the last one was 2012. I think this is the last one I went to. Those game stays, you had the Golden Demon Awards there.
Yep.
So that means, I don't necessarily think that game stays coming out, but that means something is coming here to the U.S.
Yeah.
Along the lines of Warhammer Fest.
Yeah. I'm curious if they're going to do like an Adepticon or something like these big events like Nova. Because they do bring some support over that, but Nova has like Crystal Brush, and then the other ones have Crystal Brush. So it'll be curious to see really what they do. If GW does bring like a huge event, like is it going to be at the Warhammer Citadel, or is that where it's going to be? Because
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I feel like Dallas is going to be a hub, man.
I think they'll hold it at the convention center there, but it won't be at the Citadel store.
I mean, but the Citadel store, it'll be like kind of because I know they released something about it. I forgot where it was, but they released something about the Citadel, like a Citadel like event or something. I'm trying to find it again.
At worst case scenario, if they don't launch their own event next year, they might do Adepticon the way, because look how Games Workshop has been hand in hand with Adepticon with doing the releases. They have booths there set up and seminars, a lot more of a presence there. So that might be something if they don't do another, like Warhammer Fest US, it might be, hey, come to Adepticon. And because Adepticon's more about the hobby experience. And yeah, they do have tournaments and stuff, but it's not like going to LVO. It's more of a convention and going to have fun and interact with all the different companies than it is beating the crap out of players over 3 days.
Yeah, because they also mentioned that they're having the Grand Tournament USA again, right?
Yeah.
I'm curious if this is kind of like an entry level in and see how this goes, and then they do something like the other thing for painting. Or something.
A good thing about that is I talked to a GW rep, and that handles the that's going to be working. I guess I don't know how to explain it. The Warhammer Heats, the one I went to in March, that I didn't necessarily have a lot of fun with. They are revamping how they do it. They took everybody's suggestions and basically their complaints and concerns about how the scoring and everything went, and making some adjustments. That way, basically to make it to where a guy that goes 1-4 is not going to walk away the overall winner. So, which is good. That means I would actually be willing to go back to the event.
Oh,
you know how they made those leggings, the Warhammer leggings?
Oh yeah.
So I'm thinking for LVO that FNP wears a set of the leggings.
I'm glad I won't be able to make it to LVO.
wait, hold on. What, you're wearing the leggings, Jonathan?
Yeah, like I think that we should all, in solidarity, wear the leggings. Like they have the those cool Warhammer leggings.
Is this where I say that it's been fun, guys?
I would wear it. I would do it. One day, just one day.
Yeah, I'd do it one day. I'm not saying the whole week.
So I may wear the shirt, Jonathan, but not the leggings. So the shirt, viewable, not the leggings.
I'll let you pick the flavor of leggings. They got like ultramarines and stuff. So
yeah, I will wear pants designed by them. like sweatpants. I think that would be more appetizing, and I think people would appreciate me wearing sweatpants.
Oh, and then like you have the breakaway sweatpants. So like when you win, you could tear them off, and then you're wearing the leggings underneath.
That would be awesome.
That sounds good.
I'm in.
That's a classic TJ face of I can't wait.
No, I mean sweatpants. I think I'm good, man. I will go with sweatpants. Yeah, I'm okay with the sweatpants.
The breakaway sweatpants.
You know, they have Games Workshop loungewear is what they call it. I mean, they have let's see here, Horus, Dark Angels, Ultramarines, Space Wolves. One of those. Yeah, I'm down, man.
I'm kidding. I think that they put a regulation on it. Gentlemen should not be wearing revealing or such tight outfits.
Yeah, dudes running around in underwear. I don't think that's going to change.
Yeah, you don't think? I thought they were like banning people because that dude was wearing like the American flag shorts or something, or underwear. It was
the booty short.
Yeah, the booty shorts.
I did not see him. I saw him wear that the entire day that day, so I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, Jonathan. Let's see here. They make a Sisters of Battle Chaos Space Marine.
Yeah, I was gonna do Chaos.
Let's see here. What do they have? They have Tyranids.
Kevin said they are pantyhose, not leggings. Spandex for the win.
I think Jonathan, you should go with definitely the Abaddon leggings.
Abaddon?
Yeah.
Oh man. Now I gotta look this up.
And John, I think John maybe the Slanesh leggings.
Oh, I was gonna say Sisters of Battle sounded good to me, but I can do Slanesh all day.
Well, I mean, I think Slanesh would probably make sense for what our equipment is. Oh, they got the red Chaos Space Marines, TJ. You could do that one.
Yeah, that sounds good.
They're like corn.
Yeah, it's like corn. And then we'll see a corn cob in my pants. So
I can do the Dark Eldar.
Yeah, but you know what? I think the jogging pants are fine. I think we can go with jogging pants. Okay. We look at some more. You know, they have Space Wolves.
Oh man, those Abaddon ones though.
Yeah, you'd look great in those, man. Look fantastic.
Oh, man, with that cod piece right up front. There we go.
Yeah. And then I'll like as David's sitting at like Alamo GT, I'll walk up right behind him and wait till he turns around and be like, "Hey, what's up, David?" Yeah, I think David would really like that.
I think we have different ideas what David's going to find acceptable.
It's not much accepting. I want to be there with him on. He's just going to have to deal with
it. It's winking at me. I can't stop looking.
I have Horus. See, bear hugs. He's going to give me a big bear hug.
I'm going to show you the warp.
Oh God, man! You know what? Those are great things, but I hope no. That would be so bad if someone had to wear those, like as a man. That would be horrible. I feel so bad.
Well, see, the problem is, I don't think they would make my size. So you remember that one guy we talked about who has the workout shirt, and it's stretched out so much you can see the fibers splitting. I think that's what would happen if I wore the spandex.
Oh, no, Jonathan, they make 3X, baby. You're good.
Oh, okay. I'd be good. I'm set. Kevin said the Eye of Terror.
The Eye of Terror is here.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, man. Wish I didn't say this because not sounding like a better idea when it was just a joke.
Hold on. If you look at the webpage, there's literally a picture of someone and it looks like a guy who's wearing the leggings underneath his shorts.
That's encouraging.
That's allowed.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I can do this. No. as much as I want to try, guys, I can't do it. Sorry, guys. I do apologize.
Yeah, it's all right. I think the whole team minus TJ should wear it to LVO.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was going to LVO, I would totally do it. But
Okay. I see
I'm
what,
not, I think
I see what you did there. Okay.
John, you're not going to LVO this year?
No, I'm going to go to Adepticon. I've been to LVO 3 times now.
So?
And well, it's the matter of money. So
hey,
it's
man,
either,
a couple commissions, man. You're good to go.
you're right, but Clint and I are still at the end of March, beginning of April next year, still plan on going to
Japan, right?
Yeah, so it's going to be go to Adepticon and then turn around and go to Japan and spending the, I don't know, $1,200-$1,500 or whatever to go to Vegas for 3 or 4 days. You know, Adepticon will be infinitely cheaper. I think the budget was like $600, and that includes splitting. Or it doesn't include splitting a room with somebody. So,
hey, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. The models on Bangarang, they do not have the models need they need new models.
Well, they don't want it to be too curved. They just want a flat surface for the bum. But yeah, there's a flat surface for a bum.
Yeah, those are flat surfaces. Those are flat bums.
It's
I am not liking it. I mean, those models would be great for the sweatpants, but not for the other ones.
God bless, dude. The Abaddon ones from behind.
Yeah.
Like that's a flat bum. I don't think your bum could get flatter.
What do you think, John?
I'm not looking.
You're not looking at flat bums?
No.
I mean, there is no bum. Abaddon leggings do not have bums.
It's bum negative.
It's bum negative. That's inverted bum. So, I mean, let's see here. What's going on now? I think we got everything, right?
Yeah, I think we covered everything.
Dude, I can't imagine that this weekend. I guess we're all going to be, everyone except for John, right, is going to be in San Antonio, partying on the Riverwalk.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds so reluctant. Someone's got to watch the shop.
Yeah. I mean, I know Ronnie is very capable of handling it on his own, but that's a lot of working just for one person. And besides, I was waiting to hear, if I could go or not. The tickets sold out. So,
Yeah.
But it's okay, though. I mean, I got to go last year, had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I really wanted to be able to go this year because, those guys come out and support Warzone Houston, but at least we have FNP guys that are going out there to support it. So it's still, I mean, yeah, I can't be there, but next year I'll plan for it. I'll just buy my ticket way ahead of time.
We'll make Ronnie work the whole weekend.
Yeah, Ben can stay.
That's true. He can't.
So that's all right, though. I mean, like I said,
Ben stayed last year, so he's pretty adamant about going this year.
Well, and like I said, the team is going to be there.
Ben wasn't there last year?
No, it was me and John.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Ben was there for some reason.
Mm-mm.
In the background.
Yeah. Well, as usual, I see David's chatting in there. Yeah, David, I just put it off like I put off all my other things until the last minute, and then I'm like, oh crap, I forgot to do this. And in this case, I missed the tickets, so that's totally on me. I should have coordinated better with my bosses. That's all right, though. At least they'll be there, and I'll be there next year.
Let's see here. I wanted to look. I'm trying to figure out. Here it is. I was going to the thing. So let's see here. Hold on. I'm going to go down here real quick. So there is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 out of the 80 people that will be there will be on the FNP Pro team.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
That is super awesome.
So I think we're gonna have some people on the top of the area, and then we're gonna have, I'm by alphabetical order. I'm 4 from the bottom. That's where I may end up. So,
well, and you know what? By me not going this year, that means that somebody else will have a better chance of taking the bottom spots. So, I think I was 4th from bottom last year.
Yeah, but you brought Primaris.
Oh yeah, but it was. I went there to have fun. I wasn't going there to be super ultra competitive, and I did have fun. So I got what I expected out of it.
So John, let's be honest. You went there with your LVO list, which basically got nerfed for Alamo.
Yeah.
You went from being like, "Hey, I can deploy all my units 9 inches away from you," to being like, yeah, I can't do that on turn 1 now, and I don't know what's going to happen. Oh, look, I got shot off the board.
I mean, it's really my fault. That's what I get for the gimmicky army. But I didn't have anything else at that time, so I paid the price. I got what I deserved.
So John, you need to design an army and keep it. Just keep one army that you can work on. Keep one army.
Put it in a box when it's done, and you pull it out to play with it.
Well, I've got them. That is the Red Scorpions army. It's going to be. I mean, it's with the exception of adding 1 or 2 vehicles, which I might do like some Scorpius tanks or maybe a Knight. I'm not sure yet. I've got some wiggle room there. Though that army is done and ready to go. I just need to add in another like 300 or 400 or another 400 points with what I pulled out.
Hey, Kevin is asking in the group, when is Warzone Houston? Because he's filling out his calendar now, and he's finally free.
Warzone Houston. Okay.
July.
If you Google Warzone Houston,
13th, 14th, I believe.
This is your event, John. Come on.
July 12th, 13th, and 14th.
Yes.
It is in Houston, Texas, on the west side of town, right off Highway 6 and I-10.
That is right, except it's actually the 13th and 14th.
No, it starts on the 12th. Right?
So, okay. Sure.
That sounded like a used cars salesperson talking about their lot.
I mean, it says to be announced 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. There's going to be some sort of event on the website.
Oh yeah, we are trying to. There's another event going on at the same time.
Is it Naked TJ dancing?
What's that?
Naked TJ dancing?
No, most certainly not. But we're looking at adding, just a fun Friday night event, just for all those people that are staying. Basically, for all those people that are staying there at the hotel. So we'll see.
Hey, John, what's the code for the hotel? Because I don't see it on the website.
Okay. So we got like a big block of rooms, and I filled out all the paperwork. I sent it back last week.
Okay.
And I got the pricing. The pricing looks, if I understand the paperwork, it's going to be $89 a room, which is like $20, $30 off.
Yeah.
But she did not give me a code, so I hit her back saying, "Look, I need the code so I can, promote this." I don't know if they needed my paperwork first, so tomorrow morning before I go into work, I'm just going straight down to the hotel. I'm not going to do this email or phone call messages anymore. It's making me angry. So I'm just going to go down there face to face, get the information. That way I can put it up. Well, we do have the rooms booked.
Okay.
So that's good.
Because I need to book a room with some burly men. So
a lot of people do, and I know, and I apologize. It's going back and forth with the hotel. We got the guarantee, everything is set in place. It's just the communication back and forth between the two of us has not been great. So it's a totally new person this year. The person that set it up last year, she's working on another project, so she pushed me onto this other lady, and she is not as
Good.
Yes. I don't know if she's new or if I just don't see her being that busy that she can't take a phone call. Or, well, actually, the phone calls, I call her number, her extension, it'll ring through, it picks up, and then hangs up every time. Every time.
Have you called from like a different number, like from the shop?
Yep. And I've called to the, so I don't know if it's a problem with her line. So I messaged the old rep that I talked to yesterday, and I said, hey, I'm having problems talking to this lady. She's not receiving my calls. I'm getting hung up on, et cetera, et cetera. So hopefully we'll get some resolution this week. I can get the ticket information up there, or the hotel information up, because I know a lot of people are coming. We got a lot of people coming from out of town this time. I think the farthest is either the guy from Seattle or the guy from Ontario, Canada. I'm not sure the distances, but I can Google
Coming
that.
from Ontario, Canada.
Yep.
Who is that?
I believe his name was Jeff. I would have to look. Jeffrey. I have to look it up. Jeffrey with a J or a G. So,
Nice.
And our trophies are coming out great. We got somebody working on 3-4 trophies. And I'm going to be actually working on some trophies once I get certified on this class. And Warzone Houston terrain, at least for 40K, is all going to be this custom laser cut terrain with Warzone Houston and FNP and stuff, or basically laser engraved on the sides of the buildings. Probably some little things where like Horus was here or Magnus was wrong, that sort of stuff.
Like TJ's amazing.
No, that was not even in the pool. Sorry.
Wow.
There were a couple suggestions, but I'm not going to put them in there because they're not appropriate. But yeah, we're customizing that. We're going to have a nice build and paint session, or one weekend at Atomic Hobby Shop. We're going to do like a build session where I have to make 360 buildings. That's 1,440 pieces that I've got to be glued together. And then after they're all built, we'll do another weekend where somebody's basically going to bring one of those house painting spray guns, make it a lot easier.
The big ones, those big.
The big ones, yeah. Basically, I'm just going to get some the big jars of black acrylic paint, and we're just going to dump it in there and spray all the buildings, and then people are going to dry brush.
Hey man, go and pick up. Go get you like a gallon of like something made at like Home Depot right there. Like I basically got I went there last night because I did not want to do this entire board in shadow. What is that color? The Fang.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I put like enough on the card, and I went and got a little small can, and so I based it all last night, and so tonight maybe tomorrow night I'm gonna dry brush it all for the board, but that way I'm not wasting enough good paint. And if you put that in like one of those big sprayers, the gallon,
yeah,
amazing. You'll get it all covered real quick.
Well, that's why I was looking at that. I was at Hobby Lobby looking at those big quarts of acrylic paint.
Yep.
And they're really cheap, and they'll go through that brush or that sprayer really easy.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll definitely take a look.
Get you a can of Bear, like just the white one, and just color match it. Just bring like I brought them about a little bit bigger than a $50 size. Painted that on there, and then just brought them on a sheet of paper and said, "Hey, match this paint color."
Okay.
Mix it up for you, and then you're good to go.
The only other issue we're having with Warzone is the acrylic tokens for the VIP packages. My guy that was working on it, that was going to do the whole thing for all the VIP packages, his company or his shop or store or shop, excuse me, they are knee deep in making props and stuff for Gearbox for Borderlands 3. So my friend can't help us out. So he sent me the design template and everything. So I gotta I've got authorization to use the laser cutter. I just got to figure out how to do a double-sided. So I got some people down there that I'm hoping will be able to help me out here. That way the tokens aren't all skewed. I like to be able to do double-sided tokens. If I can't figure it out, they'll be just single-sided tokens. Or if I can talk to Hammerhead Games, and maybe they'll be like, "Hey, we'll do them for you," et cetera, et cetera. So
yeah, I would check with them. We're pretty connected with them on Atomic and FNP. So,
well, I'm looking at the cost. It's to do the tokens, it would have been like almost $300, and if I do it myself, I think it was under $100. So that means more money goes towards price support, which I would rather do. I'd rather have more price support for everybody. That's me personally. And more trophies. We're gonna be trying to do lots of trophies this year, like good ones. We got chain axes, absolver bolt pistols. I think melta bombs. I can't remember the other one. We got a sword. We might be doing a power sword. We got a lot of options. Oh, and chain swords. Lots of chain swords. I mean, lots of chain swords are being made.
A chain sword?
Yes.
Sounds dangerous.
Lots and lots of chain swords are being made.
Okay.
Good.
Yes, lots. Like
lots.
We'll be able to outfit almost 2 squads.
Can we just have a big chainsword battle?
We could.
No, that sounds like a horrible idea.
Just like a LARPing thing, but with chainswords. And I'll say like 5 damage. 5 damage.
That sounds like a horrible idea. I think someone's going to get hurt.
What could go wrong?
Giving nerds a chainsword and letting them pet each other, I think a lot could go wrong. An extreme lot could go wrong with that.
Oh,
as long as before we start playing, we're good. But during the middle of the games, that could be dangerous.
Real quick about the Warzone Houston next year, because of the date, we might be, besides changing location, which is the changing location is pretty much a done deal. Mm-hmm. We might change our date to be a little bit more accommodating for people that are doing their summer vacations. And with Desert Rat being like 2 weeks in El Paso, like a week before us, I think they're like the weekend of June 29th, 30th, or 2 weeks before us. And then War Games Con is in August, middle of August. We're going to be maybe shifting a week or two closer to August or somewhere. I'm not sure exactly, or we might just change that month entirely to make it more accommodating for people on vacation and whatnot. Not set in stone, but it's something that we are looking at. We're just waiting for one thing to happen that I can't mention, but once that thing happens, we'll make our decision.
That sounds scary, man. I'm excited though. Whatever happens, I hope it happens.
Yeah. See, I'm talking about building. The building of buildings is rough from David, and same thing with Kevin. Oh, I didn't realize he's the original founder of Feast of Blades. Wow, that's awesome. I always wanted to go to Feast of Blades.
Feast of Blades. That sounds fun.
It looked fun. Basically the buildings are going to be, as long as my measurements are right, it'll be just basically tab A goes into slot B, and then put some wood glue in there, some Gorilla Glue, and if the measurements are right, everything should be good. If they're not right, then I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to panic. But I'll be doing the first test runs next week, and then hopefully I'll be able to show off so basically 2 weeks from today, I should be able to show off the first of the buildings.
Oh,
Wow, that's pretty quick, John.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
That's like super fragilistic expialidocious.
I'm kind of nervous. Because a lot of times,
Nervous, man. Have faith in yourself. We got faith in you.
yeah.
well, if this doesn't work, then it's going to be going into full on panic mode and going and reaching out to the community again, which was very awesome and very understanding, very helpful last year, and donated terrain. So much terrain that we had last year. We had an excess of 6 tables worth of terrain was donated, or not donated, but lent to us. I don't want to do that again. I want people to just bring their armies and not stress about packing up their terrain and their mats and everything. So that's why I'm trying to get this this terrain like this.
Screw you, John. I'm bringing terrain anyways. I don't care what you say.
Well,
Man, I'm bringing it.
if you see a video of me panicking on the Warzone Houston Facebook page, going, "Oh my God, please bring your terrain. Call me, text me, something, whatever," you'll know. Yeah, it's okay to bring terrain.
Dude, I mean, look at this stuff behind me, man. I've got like buildings here. I've got some rocks I'm building, so I'm gonna build all kinds of stuff just to have it.
I know, but I need 360 pieces of terrain just for 40K, and we're still shy. I think about 10 tables for Age of Sigmar, and I'm not sure what's going on with Horus Heresy tables.
So how many people do you think? How many people are y'all trying to get?
We should have about 200 people between all 4 games.
So how much is 40K though? How many people y'all think are going to be on 40K?
80 is our max, and that's what we hit last year.
Okay.
And by the time day 2, I think we were down to 72 players. We had that many drops.
Okay.
Age of Sigmar is sitting at 50 players. Horus Heresy we're bumping up Horus Heresy to 24. Infinity is already maxed out, but we've got space for 2 more spots for them, so they'll be at 18.
Okay.
And I mean, which was awesome. I was hoping I can get them more room, and I'm going to be mapping out. I might be able to get them 1 more table. I'm not sure.
Awesome.
But yeah, it's going to be great.
30 tables, so we're good, right? That's
What's
3
that?
tables out of the 40. You just need 37 more, man.
Yeah. So, and then I think Guild Ball is at 16. I'll be able to bump them up to 18 people. I think out of all the tickets, 40K is the only one, and it's because of Alamo and Desert Rat and a couple other GTs that are going on right now. You know, people are buying tickets for that, going to that event, and then it'll be like last year. All of a sudden, people will start buying up their tickets. And actually, I'm starting to see an increase in ticket sales right now for 40K and Horus Heresy. So, which I think Horus Heresy is maxed out now. I'll have to double check.
I saw that.
Which is awesome because last year we had 8 players. This year we're at 24. So super excited about that.
Yeah, I'm happy for the Horus Heresy guys. I mean, last year, yeah. And like, I know the terrain was really cool that they had. They had a lot of cool terrain because I know the guy who came down to run it had an amazing time. So
I think Age of Sigmar, they are 12 or 13 people shy of being maxed out.
that's awesome.
It's really awesome.
Sigmar, you need like what? A piece of terrain for each table and you're good?
Pretty much. I mean, I'll be honest. I thought there was only going to be, I had not predicted. I only accounted for maybe 30 players, and we're almost maxed out. So those guys really put in the work to make that happen. So I'm really, really happy that they did that.
Yeah.
Ski laid down a lot of groundwork, did a lot of promoting, and if it wasn't for him, I don't think Age of Sigmar would have kicked off.
No.
Yeah. Ski does that low and dirty work. You know, he's all about that dirty work.
Ski's kind of the backbone of AOS. I think he was worried about it because he does so much.
Yeah.
Well, and Curtis Delaney, he's the one that's heading up the Infinity. I reached out to him and I was like, "Hey, what do you think numbers wise?" And he's like, "I'll max out your thing, your tickets within 2 weeks." And sure as hell he did. But in 2 weeks he had all 16 maxed out, and he was wanting more. So that's good. I mean, Infinity just got a huge boost in with their new edition, not a new edition, but their new expansion, basically. And Guild Ball is always that's. I wish I could have moved them to Saturday and then swapped Infinity to Sunday, because apparently Guild Ball, no matter what they meet for a tournament, they get 4 games.
Okay.
Yeah, and those are like 2.5 hour games. So it's
Wow.
gonna be a good. Yeah, I guess it's really brutal. So it's gonna be a good game or a good weekend. Super excited about that. All the prize support. Oh man, we are getting lots of prize support.
Hey,
Yeah, I'm excited. The trophies I'm excited about, except I have to do some sanding. I've got to smooth out some rough edges and then get to painting. That's gonna be fun.
nice.
That's awesome.
I'm excited, John. I am really excited. So
I'm excited. Really excited that everything has been going on with Alan has settled down, and he's now, once things settle down in his life, all the hecticness, he is now knee deep in taking care of Horus Heresy for me. And is another one of those things I said, hey, dude, if we can't sell X amount of tickets by a certain amount of time, we have to look seriously at getting rid of, Horus Heresy.
Yeah.
And it's nothing against Horus Heresy, but when I have space available for 24 people, that's 24 more people for 40K or Age of Sigmar or more games.
Yeah.
And I'd rather use that space for them instead of, like last year, 6 to 8 guys. And those 6 to 8 guys had so much fun last year that they spread the word. And I'm glad we didn't cancel it. I'm glad we didn't have to. That says something about that community.
Yeah. Yeah, because, oh, man, it is getting late for me. I got to get out of here in a bit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's getting late, guys. All right. Well, as always, special thanks to our Patreon supporters as well as everybody in chat. And unfortunately, we lost Ski. So, guys, do you have anything else?
As the answer to Kevin's question, this year, Kevin, we're sticking to for Warzone missions for 40K. We are sticking to everything's on our website, by the way, under the rules tab. But we are using the ITC Champions missions. Next year, we're going to be looking at a lot of other options, especially about scoring and getting in line with several other Texas events. Like Alamo and Wargames Con. They have a much broader scoring system for their best overall. So, but yeah, check out the website. That's all I got. Sorry.
Yep.
Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much. And everybody have a good night.